What's up, everyone? Welcome to the June 10th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code Awesemo when you sign up and make a deposit at Prize Picks. You'll receive one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on that first deposit. We have a full 15-game MLB slate tonight. Every team is playing. As usual, we're going to take a look at three of the top tournament stacks and three of the top tournament pitchers on FanDuel using the top stacks and top pitchers tool from the Awesemo.com website. Starting with the top three stacks, number three, the Tampa Bay Rays taking on Devin Smeltzer and the Minnesota Twins. Smeltzer only has a 12.5% strikeout percentage this year, 4.65 xFIP, 4.7 implied run total for the Rays. They're projected for 4% ownership with a 4% chance of being the top scoring stack and an 8% chance of being the top value stack. The Rays have been about a league average offense in terms of production this year with a 99 WRC plus. They also have a 137 ISO, which certainly leaves plenty to be desired, but they should be able to put the ball in play against Smeltzer tonight, and they do certainly have some upside. Number two, the Chicago White Sox. They have struggled offensively this year with an 85 WRC plus and a 122 ISO, but they're taking on Glenn Otto, who has also struggled, only striking out 19% of hitters with a 4.8 xFIP. The White Sox are projected for 4% ownership with a 4% chance of being the top scoring stack and an 8% chance of being the top value stack. They have a 4.8 implied run total. And number one, the Baltimore Orioles taking on John Heasley tonight in Kansas City. 5.2 implied run total for the Orioles, projected for about 6% ownership with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack and an 8% chance of being the top value stack. Heasley has only struck out 12.8% of hitters this year. He has a 6.25 xFIP. Baltimore's active roster has a 99 WRC plus and a 148 ISO, but this is a team where the bottom of their order pulls down their overall numbers a bit. 1 through 6, you certainly have talented hitters, or you expect to have talented hitters with Cedric Mullins, Mancini, Santander, Hayes, Mountcastle, and Rutschman. Rougned Odor offers some power. Jorge Mateo gives you some speed at the very least. So it's a lineup that I think it's a little bit deceiving if you look at their overall roster compared to the guys that are in the lineup, particularly hitting 1 through 6. Now, looking at the top three tournament pitchers, number three, Walker Bueller, he has struggled this year, especially by his standards, only striking out 20.2% of hitters. He does have a decent 3.74 xFIP. He is facing the San Francisco Giants tonight in the most favorable pitcher's park in baseball. The problem is that the Giants come with that park, and the Giants have been very good offensively. They've only struck out 20% of the time. They also have a 114 WRC plus. This is a brutal matchup for Bueller at $9,700. But all of that being said, he's only projected for 1% ownership with a 4% chance of being the top scoring pitcher on the slate. Number two, Zach Gallen, $9,400 price tag. Difficult matchup for him as well as he takes on the Philadelphia Phillies in Philadelphia. But there is some strikeout upside here. The Phillies' active roster has a 24.2% strikeout percentage, a 109 WRC plus. Gallen has struck out 23.5% of hitters with a 3.78 xFIP so far this season. He's projected for 3% ownership with a 5% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. And number one, Luis Garcia, $8,900 price tag, taking on the Miami Marlins. Miami has a 106 WRC plus and a 23.5% strikeout percentage on their active roster. Garcia has struck out 23.5% of hitters himself, has a 4.04 xFIP. He's projected for 5% ownership with a 5% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. So to recap, the top three tournament stacks: number three, the Tampa Bay Rays; number two, the Chicago White Sox; number one, the Baltimore Orioles. And the top three tournament pitchers: number three, Walker Bueller; number two, Zach Gallen; and number one, Luis Garcia.